NASA have ended their space shuttle program after 30 years. I personally believe that the whole thing is satanic, and I'm going to show you what I see there from my perspective as a born-again Christian. The program ended after 30 years. Now 30, of course, is the number of silver coins that Jesus Christ was betrayed for. Now XXX is 30 in Roman numerals, and as you all know, this XXX cryptography is all over the world. It's on porn, it's on all sorts of things, and it's particularly found on pagan symbolism. This is one of their pagan symbols. Now, the Romans, the Roman Empire was a pagan empire, and so was the Greek Empire, and so was the Babylonian Empire. The whole world is pagan, and all of these pagan religious symbols are everywhere, all over the world, in so many places, on just about everything, that it cannot possibly be any form of coincidence to anyone who has the ability to understand that these things are all handmade. Why are they everywhere? In all cultures all over the world since the beginning to this present day. They were put there, and they were put there for religious worship purposes. Now the X is very interesting, and remember we've got 3 X's here. The 30th anniversary of the ending of the Moon Shuttle program. We've got 3 X's there. Now an X is a mark. People use an X to mark things. It's also obviously a number because it's the Roman numeral for 10. So it's a mark, it's a number. If we transpose that now to what we use in the modern language, remembering that Roman numerals are letters as well as numbers, we get the name EO. So it's a mark, it's a number, and it's a name. And that name EO belongs to Apollyon the Destroyer from the book of Revelation. So XXX says EO, 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 the name of the beast, 3 times, and you will find this. You will even find it in the Olympic Games, because from the time of making this video, next year, which is 2012, we have the XXX Olympiad here in London. And the Olympics were made in honour of Zeus. And Zeus is the father of Apollyon the Destroyer, who's also known as Io. So, not only are the Olympics named after Zeus, who is the devil himself, but they also chant the name of his son, the Destroyer, Io, 3 times. So for that part, I believe that NASA ended their program after XXX years to honour the beast that I believe that they worship. Now, to add to the evidence of why I hold such beliefs, let's take our minds back to the NASA's Apollo space program. Apollo is Apollyon, Io, the beast from the pit from the book of Revelation. And the rockets are black and white. So the colour is Masonic, pagan, if you like, because that's what Masonry is. And the rocket is named after the beast from the pit from the book of Revelation. And the Space Shuttle program finishes after XXX years. And the Apollo rocket allegedly made the impossible journey to the moon. I personally don't believe any such thing happened. However, symbolically speaking, they sent Apollo to the moon. Now, the moon is very important in all of this, but from the context of paganism, because the moon has another name, and her name is Selene. And Selene is a Nephilim giantess, and she is called the moon. So symbolically, I believe, NASA sent Apollo the Destroyer to his sister Selene, and this is Apollo, Apollyon, Helios, Abaddon, the beast from the pit from the book of Revelation, who most of his names mean sun, Io, Eon, Eos, Helios, Ilios, and he is Sol Invictus, which means the undefeated sun. And he is the son of Zeus, who is the devil. And under his name of Helios, he is worshipped by the pagans, by their own self-admission. If you look at the pagan festivals, you will see that they have what? They have the solstice, which is a sun celebration. And they hold festivals in honour of Helios himself. They name him Helios and heap praise upon him and have orgies in his honour. So that is the pagans' idea of church worship, having sex with each other's husbands and wives. Yes, I do believe that NASA is completely a pagan, satanic organisation, and that everything that it does is based upon the worship of the destroyer, who is, by the way, also known as Alexander the Great, the mightiest warrior who ever lived. And another interesting aspect about this mightiest warrior, Alexander the Great, is that his historical records, coins, statues, etc., depict him with having two horns. There's many records of people being born with horns and skulls on display in museums. You can also find them on the internet. But what gets even more interesting is that Apollyon the Destroyer, Alexander the Great, conforms perfectly with the description of the beast in Revelation 13:11. Revelation 13:11 says, "Then I saw another beast come out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, but he spoke like a dragon." And the historical records of Alexander the Great show that he had horns and that he had a very harsh voice. And one more interesting aspect about him is that he had two different coloured eyes, and again that's in the historical records, which you can look up yourselves on the internet. And it says that he had one eye as dark as the night, and one eye as blue as the sky. Light and darkness in that respect mixed together. And that is the reason that I believe that pagans, for instance, use this hand over one eye or covering one eye in a lot of the pictures and stuff that you will see on the internet and depictions you'll see in films, etc. It's all based upon the worship of him there, the son of the devil, Alexander the Great, Helios, Apollyon, the beast from the pit, from the book of Revelation.